So we're heading to Driffield in East Yorkshire right now as we join Jordan Palin in his home base. Jordan, great to have you on the other end of the phone and on video as well. What a time you're having at the moment in the sport.
Yeah, my season started off really well, scoring a few maxes and double figures consistently. I'm just trying to be consistent really, and then that's the end game, consistent double figures every meeting, but moving up to number one this early, my first average coming out is going to be a tough one at Belle Vue against Mildenhall, but I'll try and score a few points and try and get double figures again.
You've mentioned double figures there. We're going to head back a little bit to the start of the season. I know when we spoke to you earlier on in the season, you were kind of looking for a points return of, say, 5 or 6 was a goal of yours. So now double figures at each meeting just shows the progression that you've made so quickly within this sport already.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going the right direction. I did come in season thinking I was going to score 5 or 6 points because I was reserve, that was my job. But then after my first meeting at Belle Vue against Stirk, I scored 11 plus 4. And I just thought, I don't know, I didn't really expect it. It was unreal. And then I've just kept doing that every meeting, trying to keep my head down. And then I've got where I am now.
Exactly. Now, you mentioned earlier on moving up to number one in the team. We just got to remind people out there that you're 15 years old, first season of National League racing. You come in on a 2-point average in reserve, and at the change of the averages, effective on the 10th, I think it is, a few days' time, you're going to go to number one in the team with an average of 9.45. That is really quite something already obtained in your first early part of the season.
Yeah, like I keep saying, I really wasn't expecting it. It was a shock to me and my team, really. I wanted to move up to the main body of the team, but I really didn't expect to go to number one for this meeting. So I'll go in there looking forward just to improve and ride with more experience and harder riders.
Now, one of the things that most people out there probably don't know is that the last 4 meetings that you've been riding, where you've kind of hit 12 plus 1, 14 plus 1, 15 plus 1, 15-point maximum, you've done that on a change of engine. You've now moved over to the GTR, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I've gone over to the GTR or Gerhard, whatever you like to call it, but I feel like I'm really getting on with it. I've got my setup spot on it now. I feel like it's just got me that bit extra power, and I just feel a lot more comfortable, and it's just working great for me and my team.
Now, you mentioned power. Obviously, Belle Vue, massive track there, and every rider I speak to, they all tell me they love Belle Vue. And you can get out there and really wind it on. So you really do feel a difference on that GTR going around Belle Vue at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like it just gives me that little bit of edge, because obviously around that track and that stadium and everything, it's so wide and just open. You need such a powerful motor just to get you around and keep up with the boys. With the Gerhard, it's just really helped me and just give me that extra bit of speed I needed.
That's great. Now, looking at the team that you're in at the moment, Belle Vue, there's a lot of characters in that team. Team's doing really well, camaraderie good. You having a lot of fun there?
Yeah, we're all getting on really well. Like, if someone's struggling with the setup or anything, everyone goes in to help. No one's like just sitting in the corner. Everyone's speaking. Everyone says well done to you after the ride, and the team spirit's just up there. I feel like, I know it's a bit biased to arrive Belle Vue, but I feel like we've got one of the best team spirits in the National League, really. Just how everyone gets on and just everyone speaks to each other.
They've certainly got a lot of talent in that team, that's for sure. And of course, with having Leon Flint, there's never a dull moment, hey?
Yeah, he's definitely one of the louder ones in the team, but if someone's having a bad night, he's there to cheer him up, so he's a good one to have in the team. Just
going to talk about your sponsors. We know that you've had a couple of new ones come on board. We've talked about GTR, but also you've had another one, Comet Frames.
Yeah, Comet Frames. It just works with the GTRs so well, and I'd just like to thank them for coming on board. I feel like it just giving me that extra bit of speed and power that I needed again. And with the GTR and the Comet Frames, I feel like I'm only going to go one way, and hopefully I'll stay that way.
Obviously, we're winning quite a few races there and being on a high. You've been popping a few wheelies here and there. Obviously, you pull those wheelies when you're really feeling good and you're feeling like it's all working out for you. How do you find it on the warm-down laps when you're going round the victory laps, pulling those wheelies? You in touch with the crowd?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a feeling you can't really describe. It's mint when you just won a race and you go around, do a lap of honour on your back wheel. It's mint.
And also, when you're pulling up at the tapes, you know, obviously the crowd are screaming and shouting, giving you all of the positivity to try and get you out there first. Do you pick up on that before the race?
You see it a bit rolling towards the tape, so as soon as I get in my box and start preparing my start, that's all I'm thinking about is just trying to make that start, and you don't really see anything or hear anything. All you hear is your engine and just see the other 3 riders next to you, and all you're thinking is trying to make that start.
And after the race?
Yeah, you see them a bit cheering, standing up if you've done well. If not, they're sat down, but you see it all, yeah.
And it does have an impact to how you feel when you go back to the tapes. It sort of spurs you on.
Yeah, definitely. If you see them cheering, rolling up to the tapes, it gives you that bit of more confidence or just a bit more like oomph to get you out to start. It does really, it benefits you really.
And of course, what's it like to be part of the Belle Vue setup? Not just the team, but actually with the staff, the management, and in that stadium, the whole thing. You have press conferences afterwards. Do you feel really part of the whole setup there?
Yeah, definitely. I think any rider would admit that is one of the most professional stadiums to go to, just how they work. Everyone, track staff, everything, team managers, just spot on. It's just, I wanted to go there before I even turned 15, so to get there and get the rides, it's just mint, it's unreal.
But also, you've pledged your allegiance, if you like, to Scunthorpe. We saw that earlier on in the season, so you're still very much in touch with them on a daily basis. You go and ride second halves, I believe, for them as well?
Yeah, Scunthorpe, I've rode there since I started Speedway like 4 or 5 years ago, so that is one of the places I really wanted to go, just because it was like where I started off when I didn't want to forget where I came from, so I just really wanted to go there, and it happened, so see and wait for next season, see how that plans out.
And at the point of talking at the moment, you were supposed to be going to Scunthorpe tonight for a second half. That's been pulled, I think, due to the weather, hasn't it?
Yeah, you can't change the weather, so it's raining now, so it's probably good that it got cancelled because it was Glasgow, so it saves all the fans travelling down, so it's probably good that it got cancelled.
And also you've got a nice clean bike tomorrow that you don't have to wash.
Yeah, definitely. It would have been a muddy one if we had to ride, so I'm grateful I didn't have to wash a bike.
Okay, right, we're looking ahead to Monday. That's going to be your first meeting at number 1 for the club. I do believe it's against Mildenhall at Belle Vue. Big meeting there. Number 1, you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for it. I know it's going to be a lot harder. I know I'm probably not going to score as many points as I was at reserves, but it's just it gets you improved riding with tougher riders, definitely. So it's always good to chase someone instead of just being in front. So I know it's going to be a lot harder, but I'm ready for it.
And you're enjoying your Speedway in the National League?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it loads, yeah.
Excellent. All right, Jordan, we're going to let you go. Thanks ever so much for your time here. We're all going to be looking at those scores on Monday night. We wish you all the best. Stay safe, ride fast, and continue to improve and enjoy your Speedway.
Thank you.